Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. Good day for me, blah, blah, blah. First, before we get into it, I don't know if any of you are hockey fans. Being Canadian, of course, I'm a hockey fan. I'm not the biggest hockey fan, though. I know I'm supposed to tell you as a Canadian, best game ever, blah, blah, blah. No, I prefer football and rugby, you know, wrestling, pro and amateur. Uh, then it would be hockey, be like my fourth favorite. But it's still, I do enjoy a good hockey game. And this series, man, this Stanley Cup final, you couldn't you a Hollywood writer couldn't write a better movie script, right? Down three, win three, last game. The only thing that would make this more perfect in my eyes, first off, little hockey hit my hockey history. I was about three or four. I remember watching. My dad was watching the game, and I got right into it for the first time. It was Wayne Gretzky and all them, the Oilers, and from that point on, I became an Oilers fan. Always have been. It's been a little hard. Yeah, especially around here too, because like nobody around here seems to be an Oilers fan. It's like almost when you run into one, you almost fucking freak out. Hey, you're an Oilers fan, but because around here it's Toronto, Montreal, or Boston, because they're pretty local, right? As local as we're gonna get, and yeah, so it's pretty hard. But I mean, I'm just so stoked. I mean, like everybody else, I thought after the first three games, they blew it, man. Well, maybe next year, right? And they come back and win three and dominate too. That's the thing. It's like Florida's had no answer for McDavid or any of them. Really, they try to cover him, and then the rest of the team. It's a really good team effort on the Oilers' part right now, and I'm really hopeful. You know, uh, they play on Monday. Monday's my birthday. Wouldn't that be a nice present? You know, I seen the Oilers win three or four Stanley Cups when I was a kid. Finally, see them win as an adult would be great again. That'd be awesome. But not taking anything away from Panthers fans or anything. They could easily win too. I mean, they're there for a reason, right? I mean, they're not a bunch of AAA guys. They're professional. They're good. So but the only thing that would really make it better, if the Oilers win, and if it goes into overtime and they win by one goal, what us you like I said, you could. That would be one of the best in the history of sports annals. Like down, they win three, then the other team wins three, and then they go to the last game, overtime, one goal. Big perfect. Even if the Oilers lose, it would still be a great story, but not as good. So anyway, that was a quick hockey thing. Tell me what you think. Who's going to win? I'd like to hear it. No hate either. I like who you like. Same as fragrances, clones. Like what you like who you like. Much respect to the Panthers and their fans. But I do want you to lose. Anyway, let's get on to what I wore today. I wore that Dunhill I bought yesterday. I wore it today. Dunhill Desire Blue. I'm going to try to make this quick, but it probably won't be because I got a lot to say about it. First off, presentation, box, okay. Bottle, the bottle's nice, you know what I mean? It's okay. I just really like this blue. And it's kind of the fragrance is blue and the glass is blue too, I think. The black glass is almost a purpley like blue, and this it's just gorgeous actually, the color. It's not coming off, I don't think, on camera. Maybe, but it's really a dark electric almost blue. It's really nice. Give you a spray of it so you can see the atomizer. Not a bad atomizer at all. Some of the notes: aquatic notes, lychee, orange, bergamot, lotus, rosewood, white musk. How I applied it today: I went two in my moisturizer, one, two, one on the chest, one in each crinkly elbow, shirt on, and one on the shirt. Good amount, it was. I don't get the monster performance that a lot of people get from this. We'll talk about it though. Could be a reformulation issue. I don't know. Don't care. Now for the first 5 minutes or so, it's kind of. It's not even kind of. It is harsh, chemical like citrus, almost that cleaner vibe that you get with a lot of cheaper citruses. But for the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then it settles, and then you start picking up on this sweet, not overly sweet, but it is sweet, fruity lychee and a woody, fresh floral component from the lotus, and a watery, fresh floral component from the lotus is very noticeable. This is a very fresh scent. It's not as heavy as a lot of people say on the internet, I found. Um, and I pick up on the rosewood pretty early too, giving it a bit of a slightly spicy and woody aspect. And that's kind of the mid. It kind of stays that way into the dry down. It's, when you start to pick up a nice clean, almost fresh linen kind of white musk, and a bit of a depth from the amber. There's a bit of an amber, sickly, not sick, thick sweetness, resinous sweetness to it, but it's never super in your face. Um, so all in all, foregoing the first 5 or 10 minutes, it's not a bad fragrance. It does have a bit of a throwback 90s vibe to me, especially during the opening. Um, when things like Cool Water were the big deal and every company had to have their take on a fresh, clean aquatic fragrance, this kind of smells like that, but a little more modern too. It's not, you're not going to smell it and think. It's just, if you grew up in the 90s, you'll know what I mean. It's got a bit of that vibe to it, which I really like. And it's at the end of the day, it's a sweet, fruity, woody, fresh, clean fragrance with a bit of body from the amber and the tonka that's in it too. You do pick up a bit of that tonka in the dry down. That's kind of it, guys. A sweet, fresh fragrance, sweet, fresh, woody fragrance. The fire dry down is basically your standard musk and wood, like almost everything. But at that point, it's time to reapply anyway. So, but other than that, not overly unique. It has a bit of uniqueness with the lychee fruit, giving it that kind of different kind of fruity sweetness than. But other than that, it's just, like I said, a fresh aquatic, woody fragrance, woody musky fragrance. So it's very nice, very easy to wear. Again, like I said, I don't get the monster performance that a lot of people were talking about in this. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. I only seen a couple people posted about it, and I didn't watch any YouTube videos because I don't do that. Mostly for granting and base notes and whatnot, and a couple, I think, Reddit posts about it, and everybody's saying it's super sweet, super strong. Don't over apply it. Maybe I applied it just right. Again, maybe it's the batch I got. I don't know, but I got average performance out of it. Not too big, not too massive, not small. Just pretty much straight in the middle. You lined up, 10 fragrances, this would be number 5. You know what I mean? Like in performance, it's right in the middle. So average. Projection about an hour, maybe a little longer, a little more than an arm's length out there. Then it comes in, gives you a nice bubble for 3 hours. You're picking up whiffs and wafts of it. Decent detectable skin scent for about an hour. And then an okay skin scent for about an hour. Then it's time to reapply. So all in all, about 6 hours, like I said. And projection was average, so nothing bad. No compliments, but this one will get you compliments. It's a sweet, fresh, clean fragrance. A bit of a 90s throwback, but also, like I said, a bit more of that modern, sweet, aromatic, aquatic, fresh, modern, masculine kind of thing going on. Which brings me to comparisons. Some people compare it to Invictus Aqua, Invictus. I seen it compared to Dunhill Red, which I don't get at all. The one I do think it smells very similar to, and I don't know why, is, do I have it here? Well, I do have it. There it is. Diesel Plus Plus Masculine. It's got this very similar. This is a bit of a nicer fragrance. It's a little more creamy, a little more woody, but that sweet, fruity freshness, it's kind of the same in this. Like, again, you're not going to put them on and think, oh, side by side, or which is which. No, you're going to know. But this could almost be considered a flanker to this, to tell you the truth. Maybe a fresher flanker than that. Not that this is an overly dark, deep scent, but definitely a fresher version of this, a more aquatic version of this. I easily could have been. So yeah, that's it, guys. Not a bad fragrance. It's just a quick talk because I know I'm already going long because of that intro with the hockey, but this is one that grew on me really quick. Like, you see me spray it on the paper and then on my finger in the car, and I was like, and then I was like, smelled it a little more, gave 15. I was like, okay. And I got home that night and sprayed it on my hand a couple times, smelling it. I'm like, oh, it's nice. And before I went to bed again, I sprayed it on my hand again. I'm like, oh, it's not bad at all, really. And then I wore it today, and I was like, look, I like this. I know it's funny. I shouldn't. And I know a lot of people, this is one of those fragrances, though, like I said, you're either going to like or hate. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of in-betweens. I like it. Do I love it? Well, no. Would I go and buy a backup bottle? No. If I run out, would I be? No. Don't care. But I would wear this. I would wear it. Perfectly wearable. Fine. Like I said, you get rid of that first 10 minutes of it and you're fine. Get past that, you're fine. I mean, it's, again, nothing offensive in it. It's sweet, fresh, like I say, almost a fresh linen clothes kind of vibe to it, with some sweet. It's just, yeah. So again, at the end of the day, sweet, fresh, clean, woody, musky fragrance. Your basic, but with a bit more depth to it, with the amber and the tonka and that lychee fruit, giving it a bit of a different sweetness. Not just bubblegum sugary fruit sweetness. So I enjoy this better than most of those fragrances. For me, it's a better wear than stuff like Invictus. But again, that's personally up to you. So I mean, give it a try. I wouldn't buy it because I can guarantee 5 out of every 10, 6 out of every 10 people are going to smell it and think it's gross, because especially if they only judge it off of that opening. But I think, 4 or 5 out of every 10 are going to be like, yeah, it's not bad. And probably a couple of them will be like, I really like it. I fall right in that kind of in between. I really like it and I like it. You know what I mean? To me, it really, really grew on me. So, all right, guys, that's it. Peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourself.